Hello, I'm Lora Shields, Staff Developer at Shelby County Public Schools in Shelbyville, Kentucky. Welcome to our vodcast series entitled Shelby Speaks, Looking Forward, because we're looking forward to the time when we can be face-to-face with our students again, and we're also looking forward in time to the educational future of our district. What are Shelby County teachers learning in the middle of this non-traditional instruction experience? And how will it transfer and transform their classrooms when they're once again face-to-face with students? In this episode, we're here today with Jessica Terhune, who teaches biology at Collins High School. Welcome to the vodcast, Jessica.
Hey.
Jessica, I know you've been learning a lot of new things as a teacher, or really putting into practice some things you've heard about before. So what are some challenges that you've had to kind of overcome in this new way of learning?
For me, it was how to make a connection with my students to continue our relationship that we had developed. So, I all of a sudden I didn't know who was taking care of these beautiful scholars that I had, and I wanted to make sure that they were okay and be able to reach out to them to offer them social and emotional support, more than just evaluative support.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you mentioned before we started recording that you realized that you missed each other, and you didn't really expect that.
Yeah, I didn't. I was totally surprised by how much I missed them and how worried I was for them, that everything was okay, not just with me, but wow, with being at home and not being, with the school family every day. It was disconcerting. Yeah.
Yeah. So what were some of the new tools or strategies you've used to kind of breach that gap and meet those needs in the social and emotional realm that you came to realize existed?
Sure. So I began these video check-ins as a way to prioritize emotional support for my students. And really, emotional support's always been a focus in our classroom because we have to develop relationships. I mean, we're together for so long, and now I wasn't there to provide that emotional support. And so I started these they became daily video check-ins, and whoever's around me, like my daughter does them with me, my niece will sometimes do them with me because we learn in this combined setting, just a few of us. And so in the check-ins, I brought in things that I was doing at home to keep me kind of calm. And we talk about the fact that at my house, somebody cries at least once a day. Some of us, like myself, cry every day for something or another. And so I give shout outs to students. I have found that if there are students I haven't heard from, I can say, hey, second period, I've heard from all of you all, but I haven't heard from a couple of them. And then the next thing I know, the next day I'll wake up and have emails from them or text. So making that emotional connection through these video check-ins, I feel like has really helped us, because I feel like until we're emotionally like somewhat stable and safe, that we have to take care of those things before we can really move on to any kind of evaluative performance that they might be giving me.
Sure, right. And as you move into next year, face to face with them, how do you think you might use what you've learned in these check-ins with your classes going forward?
I've really been thinking about that because my students have responded well to them. And so right now I post them on our Google Classroom or on our school Facebook page. I think I would like to do it. I think I'd like to keep incorporating the videos, have a weekly video that we put on our Facebook page. If a student is, willing to volunteer how maybe they handled something, or if they want to give updates to students. Teenagers their lives are so tumultuous that showing our support for one another is super important emotionally. I mean, I know we show our support for each other all kinds of ways, but I just really like the idea of video check-ins. So when I get back, I thought I might use the students to develop this further.
That's neat. It's really special how you've really tried to integrate that, and I'm sure that that's one routine that they probably really look forward to every day. And that is something that we know is very helpful to social and emotional well-being, is that knowledgeable routine of something that will happen every day. So thinking about carrying that on every week is a great idea. So if you could go back in time to Miss Terhune last fall starting school, what advice would you give her, knowing now what you know about some things that have really been working with your students in this time?
I've been teaching over 2 decades, and I never imagined this in all that time, you know. I think I tell myself, this is not going to be easy, Jessica, and you'll be overwhelmed. And yes, you're going to be the one that cries every day because you've never taught like this before. But it's going to be okay. You're going to find a way to reach these children because that's what you always do. You love them. And this, you know, COVID-19 can't stop that. They can't stop me and my students. They can't stop our family, this thing we got going on.
Well, thank you, Jessica, for the effort you're making to connect with students and to keep everybody well in the social and emotional realm, as far as you have the control. So thanks for sharing that learning that you've had, and the ideas that you might continue to implement in times to come. Be sure to check out our Shelby Speaks Looking Forward playlist on our Shelby County Public Schools YouTube channel for more podcast episodes. Thanks for watching.